Yeah, it's Prater. Yeah, I'm gonna say a couple things about this interview here, and I want people to kind of like realize what's going on here. Now, even though I'm totally against having a discussion with Tammy Sotomayor here because I think that it's pointless, you know, but as the way that it is right now, you've got people who do have certain personalities. We all have different personalities. You got people who are black sheep. We have people that are pretty much like reclusive. Just different personalities and different personality characteristics, traits, or whatever you want to call it and shit. This here is a gentleman by the name of George Macon. I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below, and I want you guys to pretty much check his channel out, sub to him because I really like this guy. He's a good guy as far as from what I can tell here. And just from this interview alone is just pretty much got me to watch the guy and try to pay attention. But George has a hero complex, and it's good in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And he pretty much sees the good side of Tammy, which I can admit. He's got some things to where he's articulate and he's intelligent, but he's a fucking piece of shit. Just like what I was talking about the gumbo. If you ever had gumbo before, you got the big traditional shrimp that's in the gumbo, the sausage, all the right ingredients for the real gumbo. The shit is fucking delicious. And you got all those ingredients in the gumbo, but you add a teaspoon of shit. Are you going to eat that gumbo? No, you're fucking not going to eat the gumbo. You know what I mean? Because this fucking little pap smear right here is just a piece of shit. So I don't like him. But George is trying to influence this man and trying to wake him up and realize things. So don't get too discouraged if you see anything with George being in relation. Because, lots of times people try to influence him. But he's not gonna break. He's not gonna go around that way. That's why I say ignore this motherfucker. It's either that or the thing that I really want to fucking do. But I'm not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna go off into this interview just a little bit, and I'm gonna touch on some things. Fucking
the floor over to him and let him talk about something because we talked a little bit before we came on air. And again, I like what you were saying. So as you guys see, he's going to talk about my talking points and black men uniting in the so-called black community.
All right. So Tommy talked to him before the interview prior because he wanted to get an idea of his intellect, where he is with them, how he can pick with George, how he can tick George off, how he can make George, quote unquote, act like a nigger and get caught up in his emotions and show some kind of a feminine way or quality or some shit like that in order to get at him. This is the thing that I'm talking about with communicating with this motherfucker. And he uses the chat. If you would look and see some things that he did not know, he looked to the chat to try to put in. And that person that he's looking at in that chat room is somebody in particular. And he's waiting for those comments to come up to get those answers. So there's somebody in that chat room that's helping Tammy out. Fucking asshole. I hate this motherfucker. I swear to Christ. I'm not putting a fucking act on or anything. This son of a bitch.
Yeah, Tommy, you've been on YouTube for a while, and I actually, I watched a lot of your content for a while. And my issue with you is I just look at YouTube, and then I look at the conditions of us black men. A lot of times, I've heard you say over the years, you don't really like the beef with black men. You try to get black men to unite. A lot of times when we are beef, it's a woman in the middle of our shit, and then we have our own shit that we got going on. So when I look at the black YouTube today, and the two biggest black YouTubers on YouTube is you, respectfully, and Tariq Nasheed. And both of you guys have a lot of influence. Both of you guys drive black community, the black.
I wouldn't consider him the biggest black YouTuber because there's females that are larger than him. Black females that are a lot larger than him, and Tyreek as well. And I think was it JB Back or somebody that pointed that out. But and I got some emails or something like that where there's some females that are also larger than him. And, you know, they're more constructive than this piece of shit.
Black YouTube community. But you guys don't get along. And for me, like, I'm not on here where I say, well, you wrong or he right. I just look at it as a brother looking from the outside in, like, damn, these are two powerful brothers with two big followings, but they don't like each other. But it plays out into the greater community of us as black men. We don't get along, period. We don't get along in Chicago. We don't get along in Philadelphia, where I'm from. We don't get along in LA. So we can say, well, he did this or he did that, or I don't like what he did. But at what point do we begin to take responsibility as black men for each other and begin to work for ourselves?
Beautiful. Well said.
Work for ourselves. And those are like some of my like opening issues. I can get into some of like the content. But when I just look at like you and Tariq, and I seen the incident on Vlad TV and all those different things, right? Mm-hmm. But you brothers, I might disagree, but I still love you as a black man, love you as a brother. You say you're from the South. Your ancestors went through the same shit as mine. So what makes you, whether I like your content or not, it doesn't make you my enemy, because our people fought for the same shit. And I'm trying to unite black brothers. So I just started out with like, when I look at you guys are very influential, and you guys don't get along. But and a lot of YouTubers follow that.
Yeah.
Well, let me point something out to you.
Here we go.
He doesn't get along with me.
You see that?
I have no issue with him. I want you to understand, even when I say
fucking blame game here. Instead of this motherfucker just saying, oh, well, we had our differences or whatever, and not going all off into details, he wants it to be known, I didn't start it. It was him. And that's not the fucking case. It's not the case. It's what you represent. Not only do you objectify black women, you also wish death on black men. Now, who in the fuck would listen to anything else that comes out of your mouth after you say these things and you do these things? And you try to use shame as a tactic to reform? Had you not said any of these things, then maybe somebody will consider you to be a viable asset to listen to. But that's not the fucking case. You need to get in your fucking head that there's people who hate your fucking guts. Not dislike you, not just not want to deal with you and wish you would go away, but people hate you. They fucking hate your fucking guts and they want to see you dead. That's it. Don't worry about, oh, they don't like me because of this. They hate you, motherfucker. And True Freeman is one of those motherfuckers that hate you. And they hate your fucking guts. Because of the shit that you fucking say. And the way that you treat fucking women. How much of a fucking hypocrite you are. I'll do another part of this.
Anybody that has a problem with me, I'll talk to you.
Jeez.
You name anybody else that'll do that. I mean, name anyone else who will say it.
You'll talk to them, but it's going to be a battle of wit in your mind. You want to come out on top of the conversation. You'll have a discussion, but you'll have the discussion because you want to humiliate someone and to expose something about them and their personality. That's what you want to do. You'll have the fucking discussion. You piece of shit. Fuck you.